How to effectively communicate research. Effectively communicating research involves presenting your findings clearly, engagingly, and with relevance to your audience. Whether you are writing a research paper, giving a presentation, or creating a report, let me give you some key strategies to communicate your research effectively. Number one, know your audience. Tailor your message to the audience's level of expertise. For a general audience, avoid jargon and explain complex concepts simply. For experts, you can dive deeper into technical details. Identify the purpose. Are you informing, persuading, or asking for feedback? Number two, strategy to communicate your research effectively is to have a clear structure. Start with introduction. Clearly state the research question and why it is important. Set the stage for your findings. Then there is the methods. Explain your research methodology briefly and in simple terms. Focus on how your approach allows you to answer the research questions. Then there is the results. Present your findings clearly using visuals like charts, graphs, or tables to make the data more digestible. Then there is the discussion or conclusion. Interpret your findings. Explain their significance, implications, and any limitations of the study. Then there is the visual aids strategy in communicating your research effectively. Use of visual aids. Graphs, charts, and diagrams. Use them to summarize complex data or show relationships. Make sure they are easy to read and labeled correctly. Then there is the use of infographics. For non-technical audiences, consider using infographics to break down key points visually. The other key strategy in communicating research effectively is the use of clarity and precision. Avoid unnecessary jargon and define technical terms when necessary. The simpler and clearer you can be, the more your audience will engage with your work. Be concise, get to the point, and avoid fluff. This is especially important in presentations or when space is limited. The other key strategy in communicating research effectively is the use of narrative approach. Present your research in a story format. Start with the problem, that is the question. Then the journey, that is your methods. Then the obstacles, that is the challenges. And the outcome, that is your findings and conclusions. A narrative makes your research easier to follow and more memorable. Then you can use references and credibility. That's another strategy, use of references and credibility. Cite relevant sources to support your claims. This shows that your research is grounded in the work of others and gives your audience confidence in your findings. You can also engage with your audience. That's another strategy to communicating your research effectively. That is engaging with your audience. Ask questions. Make your communication interactive, inviting feedback or discussion. It helps the audience think critically about your findings. Then you can also anticipate questions. Address possible questions before they arise, especially when presenting to a critical audience. Then you can use analogies or comparisons. When discussing complex ideas, relate them to something familiar to the audience. Analogies can help clarify concepts and make them more relatable. Then there is the use of repetition and summary as a key strategy in communicating research. Reinforce key messages by repeating them in different ways throughout your communication. Summarize at the end to make sure the main points are clear and memorable. Then you can also practice. That's another strategy in communicating your research effectively. Practice, practice, practice. So whether it's a written report or a verbal presentation, practice is essential. This ensures that you are comfortable with the material and can anticipate any difficulties or areas that might need more clarity. Then there is the use of feedback. Seek feedback from peers, mentors, or your target audience. This will help refine your communication and ensure your message is clear. So, by following these strategies, you can communicate your research effectively, ensuring that it reaches and resonates with your intended audience. Now let me summarize how to communicate your research effectively. Communicating your research effectively is crucial for ensuring your findings are understood, appreciated, and utilized by your audience. So a summary of the key strategies. Number 1 is to know your audience. Tailor your communication style to the audience's level of expertise, interests, and needs. For a general audience, simplify complex concepts. For experts, delve into the technical aspects. The other key strategy to communicate your research effectively is clear structure. Present your research in a logical flow. Begin with the context and problem, followed by your methodology, results, and conclusions. Use clear headings, bullet points, and visuals to guide the audience through your work. Then, the other key strategy is to simplify complex ideas. Avoid jargon and overly technical language unless necessary. Break down complex ideas into digestible pieces using analogies or simple examples when applicable. The other strategy to communicate your research effectively is to use visuals effectively. Graphs, charts, and infographics can make data more accessible. Ensure your visuals are clear, labeled, and directly support your main points. You can also engage with stories. Frame your research within a narrative. Tell the story of how you arrived at your findings, the challenges you faced, and the implications of your work. Also, focus on key takeaways. That's another strategy of communicating your research effectively. Focus on key takeaways. Highlight the most important findings and their implications. Make sure your audience knows the so what, why your research matters, and how it can be applied or further developed. Again, be concise. Avoid overwhelming your audience with excessive details. Stick to the key messages and be prepared to elaborate if needed. So, be concise is a key strategy. Also, the other strategy is to practice effective delivery. If presenting, practice your delivery to ensure clarity and confidence. Use pauses to emphasize key points and avoid reading directly from slides. Be open to questions. Encourage engagement by allowing time for questions or discussions. So be open to questions is a key strategy in communicating your research effectively. Be ready to explain your research in different ways based on the audience's feedback. Again, you can use different formats. You can communicate your research through various formats. That is through papers, presentations, social media, videos, and blogs to reach a wider audience. So, using different formats is a key strategy. That is the use of papers, research papers, the use of presentations, the use of social media, the use of videos and blogs to reach a wider audience. So by following these strategies, you can make your research accessible, impactful, and memorable. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more educative pieces like this one. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and to share this video widely. Also, don't forget to comment below. Thank you.